When you're the president, odds are you know some things that most others don't. Of course, it depends where you're the president, but for this video we'll be focusing on the President of the United States of America, therefore in this case, current President Joe Biden. That being said, there have been plenty of other presidents who have done things that they've tried to hide, only to eventually get exposed. For example, Bill Clinton's extramarital affair apparently didn't happen until it did. There was also Watergate, where Nixon lied about a handful of political scandals and cover-ups. Obviously, they aren't so secret anymore. Either way, today at LBQ, we're hitting you guys with the top 10 secrets that the president is hiding. Smash that like button, and if we hit 1,000 likes, well, some of these secrets may continue to get revealed. Ooh, very interesting. All right, let's go. And if they don't get revealed, it's your fault, so just know that. Number 10, aliens. Obviously, this is going to be the starting topic because we need to know, we need to know what's good here. Like, are they real? Are they not? What's up? Is the president privy to knowledge about aliens that the general public just isn't allowed to know? Maybe not. As we know, when Trump was in charge, he included a stipulation in the COVID-19 stimmy package that required the Office of the Director of National Intelligence and Secretary of Defense to provide Congress with a very detailed report on unidentified aerial phenomena. So, not necessarily aliens per se, but another word for UFOs, which is code for aliens. On top of this, while on the Late Late Show, James Corden, former President Barack Obama explained, I quote, "The truth is that when I came into office, I asked, right? I was like, all right, is there the lab somewhere where we're keeping the alien specimens and spaceship?" And they did a little bit of research and the answer was no. That being said, prior to his longer explanation, he did say, I quote, "Well, when it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you on air." So who knows what the presidents are aware of and just don't share with the public when it comes to aliens. Number 9, illnesses. The truth is, not to go too far down the rabbit hole here with you guys, but odds are, regardless of what country we're talking about, the leaders tend to know about things before the public. Obviously the low-hanging fruit here would be our current situation, but I'm not even referring to that specifically. I think it's safe to say before any major breakout, the president is well aware before the general public. However, this also means the president is likely informed of potential outbreaks of new illnesses, diseases, viruses, who knows whatever else, that never comes to fruition. There's a lot behind the scenes that the general public doesn't know about simply because they don't need to know. Given that the majority of the time any serious information is relayed to the public, it usually leads to mass hysteria or panic. I'm sure you'd understand why if there was a potential outbreak of something or something new, the president would likely be informed without the info being relayed to the public right away. Until anything becomes official, it's kind of just presidential stuff, On to number 8, war plans. Given that the United States military is one of the most powerful in the world and that they are allies with numerous countries all around the globe, without a doubt, should any kind of war break out, the president knows what the plan is. Not even to say that he's in charge, but should anything break out, I can tell you right now the president is going to know the plan of action. Of course, aside from this, the president is aware of any potential threats being made against not only his country, but likely any other countries. Given that the US is usually one of the countries trying to keep the peace, at least when they are involved, the president would also be aware of potential attacks between countries. As we most recently saw, President Biden was involved in the ceasefire talks between Israel and Palestine. The US wasn't necessarily involved, but they still found themselves trying to keep the peace between two countries on the other side of the world. On top of this, there are definitely contingency plans in place should things ever go south with countries whom the US considers an ally. All things we'll likely never know, of course, until it happens. Which it won't. It's not gonna happen, guys. Love always wins, so don't worry about it. Lucky number 7, their health. Seriously, when a president has been in office, they've been notorious for lying about their good health. Of course, there was FDR, who was diagnosed with polio at age 39 and needed a wheelchair to get around, yet used leg braces, a cane, and the help of someone he trusted to make it appear as if he was walking around in public. Ronald Reagan was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 5 years after his presidency. However, many think he was showing symptoms while he was president. And I'm not even saying that there's necessarily anything wrong with the current president. I'm just saying in general, it's a very common ideology that they never want to appear weak in front of the public or other world leaders. Which is why FDI found a way to walk around well in public and asked or had his security stop paparazzi from taking photos of him walking. Trying to walk. Interesting, huh? On to number 6, new technology. Whether it's a crazy new kind of phone or communication device, maybe some new military gear, the president of the US knows all about it. There are tons of drones, aircrafts, and really who knows what else that the public will never know about. The president, on the other hand, well, he's the president, so he knows it all. Some sources do claim that although the government can't necessarily watch your every move in high definition, they are definitely able to track you, as proven by Edward Snowden. And given that most people have laptops with webcams, cell phones, Google, or Alex home things, Alexa home things, all the fun stuff. Well, I'm not trying to freak you guys out, but apparently some of the tech the government has is much more advanced than we realize. And Biden knows all about it. At number 5, the kill list. It sounds scary and fun because it is. Also known as the disposition matrix, with the kill list being the unofficial name, this fun little secret is apparently a database used to track, capture, or kill enemies of the United States of America. I know, it's actually pretty messed up, but at the end of the day, if you're not trying to destroy a country, I don't think you have much to worry about. Obviously, who is on said list is a secret that only the president knows, and as you can imagine, it's constantly changing. For example, the Iranian general Qasem Soleimani, who Trump gave the green light to take out, was potentially on this list. I honestly can't say for sure, but I mean, it would make sense. And apparently after the deed is done, the president, VP, and a few others could actually watch footage of the entire thing go down. Which is kind of twisted. Like it's like a video game they're watching. I don't know. Now on to number 4, space. The moon landing was fake. No, I'm kidding. But the president is definitely informed of any progression made in space, including exploration and even potential life. Somewhat tied in with the aliens number, but not really, as this is more so when NASA finds insane discoveries that they can't reveal to the public just yet. I'm sure the president knew about water on Mars way before the Daily Mail, you know? Aside from this, any future plans for potential space stations or even plans to explore other areas of the universe are potentially discussed with the president. That's not to say he knows every little detail, but the reality is, as the president of the United States or any country, it's kind of like you're the boss of everyone in a government position. Whether it's NASA, the military, or the CDC, you'd likely be CC'd on every email. So to no surprise, not if, but when NASA makes another incredible discovery, you could bet your bottom dollar the president will know before anyone else does. Maybe if they find fossils on Mars or someone lands there and gets attacked by aliens. Okay, I'm going a little far and off the rails here, but you guys get the idea, folks. They know it all. At number 3, secret agents. If you've seen any film or TV show with the FBI, CIA, DEA, and so on, then you know most of the time the agents can't outright say what they do. Of course, sometimes they can, but other times, as we know, agents are undercover, thus they can't reveal to anyone who they are or what they're up to. More specifically, aside from Biden knowing who's a part of what agency and who's undercover or not, it seems there are a few names that usually surprise the top dogs once they're in office. Of course, WikiLeaks exposed how Panama's leader pressured the DEA to use their wiretapping to find out who was sleeping with his wife. Former President Carter was in for quite a surprise when he found out the CIA had a King Hussein of Jordan on a payroll in the hundreds of thousands or millions for almost 20 years, ensuring he cooperated with American interests. Now, not every president asks to see the list, but if Biden wanted to know who was getting paid what among government agencies, well, that's up to him. At number 2, other countries' plans. More specifically, their leaders' plans and lives. This somewhat ties into war plans, as the president is usually in communications with other world leaders, whether it's to discuss politics, global initiatives, potential threats, and so on. And as we know, the government is always listening and tracking us. Sure. But what you guys probably didn't know is that the White House knows a lot more about world leaders and prominent figures than we realized. With the help of the CIA and NSA, the habits, medications, any criminal associations, finances, foreign business affairs, I mean, everything is tracked down to a T. And I'm sure the same goes for other world leaders. I mean, you don't think Putin or Kim are looking at what Biden is doing and getting up to? I mean, come on, is it spying? Kinda, yeah, but I guess they all do it to each other and it's like an unknown rule. I have no idea. In at number 1, secret law. This is the best one because it is the most fun. What could the law be? So the story here dates back to the Obama administration, who in 2015 released the Presidential Policy Directive number 30. That's fantastic. However, those who keep up to date with the PPDs, which are executive orders from the president, usually in regards to national security, notice that the last publicly announced PPD was number 28. Which means between the two announcements, PPD 29, or a secret law, was signed and kept classified. Over the years, the presidents have called the documents different things, but it seems for the most part, they're all high-level strategic moves related to national or homeland security. Most of the secret laws don't stay secret for very long, as they are usually declassified or made public after being signed. However, some have remained locked down for decades. And there you guys have it for the top 10 secrets the president is hiding. Let us know what other secrets you guys think they hide in the comments down below. For now, let's reply to some comments from the video. What if The Conjuring was real? And no, you're not, sir. Revan said Annabelle versus Chucky, who would win? I think Annabelle. Yeah. I think Chucky, well, no, I think Annabelle. I would say Annabelle. Devois said La Llorona, this is how I said it, is pronounced Llorona. I knew I was gonna mess it up, and I'll say it again. I said La Llorona, and I knew it was wrong, but I was like, I don't have time to check it out. I get names wrong all the time, guys. I don't do it to try to offend anybody. I know people get offended by that. It has nothing to do with that. It's like, I'm bad at names, straight up. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm just bad at names. You know, I've looked things up so many times and I still get it wrong. So I've kind of just committed to just being the guy that gets names wrong. I am Billy. See, I can't even say Billy right. Said, just called the Goosebusters. Okay, I'll stop joking now. The Ghostbusters. Well, I mean, that's actually a pretty good call. Because, you know, there's Ed and Lorraine Warren. but they don't have the vacuums. Like, they can't suck ghosts up, so what are they doing? Like, Alia Faraz said, yeah, true events, sure. I saw a lot of you guys going back and forth being like, it's true, no it's not, it happened to me, it didn't. So to each their own. I mean, like I said, everyone's a believer to their own right, everyone thinks something different. You know, believe whatever you gotta believe and just hope that you're all good. Anyways guys, I've been your host Pepper, stay spicy, we'll see you soon.